Welcome back. Sorry if that was a little jump scare to start with. Thank you guys for being here. Just really, thanks so much. Hi Maggie, thank you so much, and all of you other beautiful people in here. I love seeing the same names in chat every time. But welcome back. It's True Crime Thursday, and we're starting a little bit later today than usual, but I mean, you know, it's Thursday and there's gonna be a stream. Even if it's a little bit later, there's going to be a stream. You made me want to get moody lights for my office. Oh my god, thank you. That is such a sweet compliment. Well, I mean, AB kind of helped me, but still, like, this is my space, so it's nice to get a compliment for my lighting. And then also, yeah, while I was starting the stream, I looked over at the date and it just hit me like, my god, this year flew by so fast. Is it just me? What, like the 2023 is over in like, what, 3 weeks? Less than 3 weeks? I don't know. I don't want to go down that road right now, but it's just so crazy. Yeah, it's like it didn't even happen. Thank you, Jess. I know, that's what I said too. I love how the lights cast a shadow on the tree. I think if I put it differently too, a little bit differently, the shadow will look nicer, but I had a light back there before, and then when me and AB were testing whether or not we should put a tree there, he went and grabbed another one of those plants from out there and put in that spot. And the moment it was there, I'm like, yep. I'm like, that is perfect. That's what that corner needs. There's no Discord notification? Are you kidding me? I don't know why. But also maybe make sure that your notifications are on for Twitch. Today, I figured we would watch a little bit more Explore with Us. This video is called Sister Loses It After Discovering Her Brother's Darkest Secret. Oh, you can't see chat? Yeah, that's weird. You mean this one here? Oh, I should change this anyways. Oh, anyways, where I was going with that. So at first I was like, oh, should we watch some JCS instead? Because we haven't seen that in a while. And then I go to their channel and they only have 20 videos up. Is that right? I thought that they had like an endless amount, like kind of like Explore with Us. Thank you. No, I didn't. I've had these nails for a while now. They're the press-ons from Olive and June, but I love them. So yeah. Oh, Caitlin. Never mind, Caitlin can see chat. Oh, thank you. You sent us something to the P.O. box. I haven't checked it in the past few days. So if it arrived then, yeah, I just haven't gone yet. But hopefully tomorrow we can stop by. First, before we start this Explore with Us and exposing everyone's darkest secrets, I'm just gonna see if there's a new episode of Road Rage. Because honestly, that's like one of my top favorite shows ever now. Even though I've only seen like a few episodes and it's still like a new show. Hi, Alan. And another one, oh my god, you guys were recommending The Bear and we started it. And I love that show so much. And then, I guess it's not really a spoiler. If they, anyways, I just love that John Bernthal, is that how you say his name? The Punisher actor. I love that he's in it. It just, I was so happy. Me and AB were so glad to see him in there. We love that actor. But yeah, it's so good. And it's making me like so into like cooking and stuff and like just wanting to learn more about it. I didn't know that the kitchen system for like restaurants is just so crazy. I mean, no, crazy I know, but like just that how like the extent to like rules and stuff that some of them have. None of the restaurants I worked at were like that, but and then just like the chef lingo and stuff. I'm like, this is so interesting. Yeah, it's the chef show. Just I haven't watched it yet because my ex is a chef, so I'm like, I need some space. Well, this show is actually so good though. It would suck to miss out on it just because of that. But I feel you. I get it. And also it's I just love that like they make every scene like so intense. Like they'll zoom in on someone who's just they're just chopping some veggies or something and having a conversation, but they zoom in on that and then like it gets louder and louder and you think like, oh, someone's gonna get cut. Someone's gonna die right now. But yeah, I don't know. Tony, thank you so much for the subby. So yesterday I slept so late because I was watching so much of that. Anyways, let's see Road Rage. There's a new episode. Yes. Yes! Okay, let's do it. I know you guys can't see. Don't worry. I'm not forgetting about you. Okay, here we go. Like as crazy as the other ones. Let me show you guys some of the other ones we've seen. I'm sorry, but if you missed it, like it's something you gotta see, and trust me, you won't regret it. So Terry I won't show because I've already shown Terry like a million times already. I won't put you guys through that again, even though Terry's my favorite. But there was other good ones in this episode. We can't give Terry all the credit. Let's watch Scary. Oh, we're gonna get to it. Oh my god, this is so good. Okay, it's coming, it's coming.
Videoing what she saw was there's a record of
Okay.
Others report several.
So funny. I wonder how these people like just cross paths. Somebody threw, when Abe was in the car with Tim once, somebody threw like a big cup of McDonald's cup at them and the soda got all over Tim's car and he chased them down. Oh my god, I was wondering, I'm like, why would someone chase them? Because Tim, people like Tim. That's who does it.
People are.
I feel like there is. Oh my god, there's this good one too. Sorry, one more road rage vid. Maybe the other one was in this other episode. Oh my god, yeah, imagine Tim chasing you down. Oh my god, was this
That seems to end it. But
yeah, this is it. I gotta show you guys this. Just this one, then we'll get on to Explore with Us. Okay, that was fun, right? Not the stumble double combo. He's right though. He described it very accurately. First she stumbled and then she tumbled. What's the lesson there? Beware of Priscilla. Obviously. Okay. Now let's move on to Sister Loses It after discovering her brother's darkest secret. What do we think it's gonna be? Murder, probably. I mean, come on. What else could be darker than that? Oops. Okay. He's a bad driver.
Mom. What was the last time you saw your mom?
We just went to this.
This was the exact moment that Kevin Davis's sister realized her own brother had done the unthinkable.
Murder.
Someone just knocked on my door. He
Thank
said
you,
he just
Fuentes.
murdered someone. I'm scared.
I'd always loved my mother, I guess in the wrong sort of way. Miserable, disgusting person.
Many documentaries and news sources haven't dared to disclose the brutal details of his crimes. When it isn't the murder itself that's the most gruesome thing about a case. You know you're dealing with an especially twisted individual, one who even left haunting notes behind for the police. On March 27th, 2014, the executive director of Girling Hospice, Celeste McGraw, received a call that made her uneasy. Her employee, Kimberly Hill, hadn't arrived at the nursing home where she was scheduled to care for patients that afternoon. Kimberly was noted to be a devoted, loving hospice nurse who would never abandon her patients and rarely missed work. Immediately, Celeste suspected something was deeply wrong. She dialed Kimberly's number, hoping to hear her voice on the other end. But the call went unanswered. When a fellow employee told Celeste that the police had called to see if Kimberly was at work during a wellness check of her, Celeste decided she couldn't anxiously wait by the phone for answers any longer. She and the director of patient care drove to Kimberly's home located at the Windrush Apartments in Corpus Christi, Texas, to try and get to the bottom of her unsettling and mysterious absence. But, to their horror, when they arrived at Kimberly's apartment, they found it awash in the red and blue lights of police cars outside the doors. Celeste pulled a police officer aside to ask questions, only to have them apologize and tell her that an incident had occurred, but they could not give further details at the time. Celeste had just spoken to Kimberly the day before on March 26th. Kimberly seemed to be in good spirits, and nothing was out of the ordinary. Now things were wildly different. The next day, Kimberly's 51st birthday was meant to be a day of celebration, a day to honor everything that Kimberly was, and indeed, there was a lot to honor. She was a devoted hospice worker and mother, and during the Gulf War, Kimberly was a Marine corporal who served as the only woman in her Saudi Arabian work sector. But instead of celebrating all that Kimberly was on that day, it will forever be marred by the horrific reality of what happened to her less than 48 hours before at the hands of a killer that no one could have ever suspected.
Her son.
The nightmarish, unbelievable story
Right, it's
began
probably
around
her
10
son.
a.m. on March 27th, just hours before Celeste even realized Kimberly was missing, when LaWanda and her husband...
Sorry, let me do this really fast. Okay.
Timothy were surprised by a knock at their door in Robstown, Texas, about
There
15
we go.
miles away from Kimberly's home in Corpus Christi. Usually, Timothy would have been at work by that time of the morning, but that day he decided to take time off and stay home. Had he not, LaWanda would have had to face the murderer on her front steps all alone. Outside, a young man stood on their front porch, looking calm but rather withdrawn
Oh,
and
wait,
serious.
what? I'm sorry, I missed that last part.
Decided to take time off and stay home. Had he not, LaWanda would have had to face the murderer on her front steps all alone. Outside, a young man stood on their front porch, looking calm but rather withdrawn and serious. Through a crack in the door, LaWanda asked what he needed. In response, he asked her to come closer. Not yet wholly
No, oh my
alarmed,
God.
LaWanda opened the door.
Come on.
What he said,
Come on. He said come closer. Ugh.
next would change the peaceful day she had planned with Timothy entirely and chill her to the bone.
911, location emergency. Yes, ma'am. Someone just knocked on my door. He's here at my door right now, and she wanted me to call 911 because he said he just murdered someone.
Okay, and he's there right now?
Yes, ma'am, and I'm scared.
And he said he murdered someone?
Yes.
Okay, is there any way that maybe I can speak to him?
Would you like to talk to 911 on the phone?
Oh my God, this is so odd.
Hello?
So what's going on, sir?
Sure.
So, as I said, I murdered someone, actually.
She let him into
After
her
being
home.
asked for details about the murder, the man nonchalantly told Timothy that he had killed Kimberly Hill with a hammer.
Oh.
Timothy asked why, to which the man would only eerily respond with lots of reasons. The man refused eye contact with both Timothy and LaWanda and fixed his gaze on the road throughout their interaction. Police took quite some time to arrive, so long in fact that LaWanda called the police a second time, asking when they would arrive. While they anxiously waited, unsure of who exactly was standing at their doorstep, LaWanda offered the man a drink. In response, he told the couple that their kindness made him nervous because, according to him, no one had ever been nice to him before. When the police finally did arrive, the young man put his hands up, surrendering. He confessed once more to the deputy on the scene that he had murdered Kimberly with a hammer. Of course, that wasn't even half of the horrific truth of what he did. With his confession,
Oh my
the
God,
police
how
took
does
him
it
in
get
for
worse than
questioning.
that?
Soon after, they reported to Kimberly Hill's apartment. They found the door locked, so they contacted a maintenance person to give them a key that would give them access to the apartment. What awaited the police behind the locked door would not only horrify them, it would weave a tale so tragic, so unbelievable,
That
that it
we're all
would
gonna
appear like
cry.
something straight out of a horror movie. Upon entering the home a little after 10 a.m. on the 27th, police were instantly met with a disturbing scene. The couch in the living room appeared to be covered in evidence of a sickening event. Next to it, some of Kimberly's blood-stained clothes lay in a pile. A trail of the red substance and what appeared to be drag marks led from the couch all the way down the hallway, one that was adorned with family photos of the smiling, happy family. The trail led into the bedroom where officers found the body of Kimberly Hill on the bed. She had 18 lacerations to the head. Beside Kimberly on the carpet was a hammer, also covered in red, consistent with the young man's story. But that wasn't the only weapon found at the scene. Police also discovered a knife on the couch where the initial attack looked to have taken place. In the bathroom, police discovered what appeared to be the young man's clothes in a heap next to the bath. His shoes were covered in long blonde hair that looked to be Kimberly's. The socks in his pants were speckled with red. Along with all of this, there was a smear in the bath as if someone had tried to wash off there. Woven throughout the cozy family home-turned-crime scene, the police found that the murderer had not only left evidence of the brutal attack, but also taunting notes seemingly addressed to police and to the innocent people who lived inside the home. One was addressed to Desiree, Kimberly's daughter. The twisted letter had been purposely left on top of the trail by the couch. Its demented message read, "Don't lose your head, she may yet live, although I doubt it. Hurry, Desiree. Sincerely, your brother."
It is.
The person whom police already had in custody, the young man who had confessed to murdering Kimberly with a hammer, was none other than her 18-year-old son, Kevin Jazrael Davis. And not only had he murdered his mother, but he left the cruel note taunting his half-sister. At the time of the murder, Desiree lived in a separate apartment in Corpus Christi with her boyfriend. After the discovery of her mother's body, Desiree came to speak with police. Her boyfriend was also present, though off-screen, for most of the interview. The following interrogations have been analyzed by a qualified team, including an individual with a Master's of Social Work, a licensed clinical psychologist, a former licensed professional counselor, and a licensed...
You brought all the experts.
I'm the one that keeps talking to on the phone. I'm sorry I had to carry that, sorry.
Hi.
Sorry. Okay. We're working a case right now. We're trying to keep all of your brothers.
He killed my mom.
What was the last time you saw your mom?
How is she so calm? I would be going crazy. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Oh. Hold on.
Understandably, Desiree is heartbroken after finding out that her half-brother killed her mother. It's hard to imagine the pain she's experiencing, and even with that, she's able to compose herself as police begin to question her about her brother.
Where I'm coming from? Oh, is he on the phone? He's a police officer in New Jersey also. Okay.
Talked to me last night.
But what time?
She told me her and Kevin got in a fight. And he was just being disrespectful. And just saying real hurtful things. She called me. She said she called me when she felt stronger.
Okay.
And
who got in a fight with him?
Kevin. Kevin was just being disrespectful or something, and it was something as simple as like this commercial came on for like eHarmony or some dating site or something, and he just out of the blue said, "Yeah, Mom, you gave up on love," and she said, "No, Kevin, I didn't give up on love.
Hi,
but
chill.
even if I wanted to find love and I couldn't and have anybody over because you're here." And I mean, that's my mom. Really, she loves this kid. You know, she was just. It's not like they had a horrible like relationship. He just.
Mm-hmm.
He really. I can't think right now. He really has social issues. He was kind of born just different. Like, he had severe ADHD. He really doesn't have any friends. His dad is no good, you know. He came to live with me for a little bit, and she wanted him back. you know, for one last chance, like we can make this right to start going to school and stuff. And she just bought him a $100 jacket that she knew he'd just throw on the floor just because she thought he'd like it, you know. She cared about him. She didn't just, my mom's not cruel, you know. He would pop off at the mouth and tell her crazy stuff, you know, like, you know.
So they did.
Stuff like that, and she would just like let it eat her alive, you know, like yesterday she was just really upset, and I was just trying to calm her down, and she said, yeah, you know.
Right. When's the last time you saw Kevin?
Fisher, your face right now. The last time I saw Kevin is when we went out to eat. And her and my brother picked me up. And,
What day was that?
I don't know, I have to look back on my phone or something.
But was he acting just like he always does, or was he acting different?
He was acting normal. I'm pretty sure that this was just a spur of the moment type of thing.
He's always had a few issues.
Yeah, like when he was little out of nowhere, like he would just draw shit that was bad.
And when I saw that movie, we had to talk about Kevin. That's another movie I really liked, and I showed it to my mom. Or I don't remember if we just watched it together, but it was a good movie.
People eating shit.
Just got here. Can anyone catch me up? Yeah, this is Desiree Hill, and she just found out that her half-brother killed their mom. And it's really sad. Hannah Banana, thank you for the prime subby.
Has he ever threatened to kill you or your mom?
Never. No, never.
Well, we're gonna tell you this. We haven't told anybody else, but he did.
Hi, Sydney.
He wrote some notes before he did what he did.
Oh,
We're
wow.
worried about you because
Okay.
you were on the list.
The note that police are referring to here is one of the many that Kevin arranged at the crime scene. Left
And to
on his
leave the
desk,
notes like that is
this
so
note detailed
crazy.
his step-by-step plan for murdering not just his mother, but his sister too. The disturbing plan read: kill mother with garrote. Afterwards, prepare to leave for good, tie up any loose ends. Buy axe from hardware store. Return ASAP and wait until nightfall. Go to Sis's apartment and kill her, anyone
Oh my
else
God.
in the way. Leave for the Greyhound bus ASAP. Pack lightly. Laptop and bag. Carry on. Then, in big celebratory letters, he wrote and underlined a single word: victory.
He was planning on killing your mom and killing you, and then leaving town.
I'm crazy.
Yeah. Well, it's not. He admits it's not crazy. He admits it. You know, it was a fantasy. He's got issues.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, he's got issues. That's what he says.
Holy.
You were on the list.
In less than 15 minutes, the detective has pointed out to Desiree twice that she was on the list. It's possible that he's emphasizing this to dislodge any remaining familial loyalty she may feel toward her brother.
You think she would defend
may
her brother
encourage
if
her
she
to
knew
become-
something? Even though he killed their mom?
Completely honest with him about any warning signs.
There was that grandma who defended her one of her grandkids killed his, the other grandkid, his brother.
Kevin
She
displayed,
defended him.
or any problems he had in his relationship with his mother.
That's why I was worried about you. I wanted to make sure you were okay. And he said he hadn't hurt you yet.
No.
Yet.
My mom did not deserve this.
No.
I was telling her last night, you don't deserve this, you don't deserve it. And she was just like, yeah, I don't. I really don't.
Okay, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to give the medical examiner your information. Okay? And,
Oh, right, yeah, it's her half-brother. So you mean she's less likely to defend him?
Yes, I look her.
Yeah, how much family?
Talking to my mom.
This is it. This is the
Yeah, this was my family. It was my mom
You need to
and my
do
brother here.
anything you want to ask of us? What you think? We may have an answer that you want. How is he?
No, I don't want to hear that right now. Really?
All that matters right now is she's expected.
I'm pretty sure he probably put it in the worst way with a hammer. He stabbed her to death or something.
Desiree's comment here about how Kevin probably did it in the worst way is unsettling and
It
unexpected.
is really unsettling.
She claimed that she never saw Kevin being physical toward their mother. which makes it surprising that she is so certain that he was unusually cruel or violent in the way he killed her. It's likely that Kevin exhibited behaviors beyond verbal abuse that made Desiree believe he was capable of violence.
How was my brother during all this? Was he just straight-faced?
Yes. He's here in another room. Okay. He's supposed to doing it. So he admits doing it. He's got no bones about it.
I can't believe it. I guess I gotta find out now, right, how she died or whatever.
Thank you, Sydney. Maybe it's I don't know. But I sat out in the sun the other day for a little bit, so it's so crazy how the weather in winter in LA. Like the other day was like freaking 85 degrees, and I'm like, this weather in December is crazy. Like, meanwhile, my sister sent me the photos and videos of my nieces and nephews in Michigan, and it's like snowing.
If you're ready for it, I'll tell you. If you're ready for it. If not, we can hold on.
Yeah, I know. I just like get it out. I can't just draw this out, you know.
You did.
All right.
It's all right now. That's all we have.
That's so fucked up. That's worse than stabbing. That's worse than.
Well,
Oh my God.
yeah, he did.
Did you say how he was gonna kill me?
Huh?
Did you say how he was gonna kill me in the letter?
Probably the same way as her.
No.
But he
Can I
had,
see his face?
he had you on your list.
Can I see his face?
No.
Keep in mind that Kevin would sometimes stay at Desiree's apartment, which made the news of this plan all the more disturbing. Following this, the detective takes Desiree across the hall to fill out forms for the funeral and identification.
Aww.
Desiree's interview painted a helpful, though grim, picture for the police of Kevin's relationship with his mother. It seemed that Kevin had gotten into an argument with her prior to murdering her, and that he'd been acting cruelly toward her for some time. Even so, it was clear to the detectives that because Kevin had absolutely no prior history of criminal violence that anyone was aware of, Desiree never could have expected that Kevin was capable of gruesomely murdering their mother, and planning to do the same to her. As Kevin waits in the room for detectives
why
to
would she
arrive,
defend him, like,
he
knowing
sits
he was
almost
gonna kill her,
motionless
too?
for a full minute. The officer in the blue shirt presents Kevin with his written Miranda rights and walks him through them, having him sign the document to ensure he understands what is about to take place. Though it would seem like the killer confessing and writing his plan out on a piece of paper would give the police all the information they needed, the crime scene and confession brought about more questions than answers. Fortunately, law enforcement wouldn't have to dig to get the details of what happened the night that Kimberly was killed. He confessed to every minute detail of his heinous crime.
And earlier, you've talked to some people, you want to get some stuff off your chest. We're here to listen to you.
Why are you here? What happened?
And tell us what happened.
Well, has anybody gone to the house yet? Do you really?
We know what happened.
We have, but we want to hear it from you.
Or we have an idea. You're the only one that can tell us. Start at the beginning, man. What caused all this?
I'm bored with life. I don't like life. I don't like people. I don't like living it, basically.
Kevin's comment is a clear red flag for other mental health disorders as well, such as antisocial personality disorder. Those with extreme antisocial personality disorder may be classified as psychopaths. Psychopathy is associated with abnormalities in the brain's reward systems, including the prefrontal cortex and the limbic system. These regions play a crucial role in experiencing pleasure and motivation. Psychopaths may have a reduced sensitivity to reward, leading to a diminished ability to experience pleasure from ordinary or mundane activities. As a result, they may seek out intense or risky experiences to compensate for this deficit. They also tend to have difficulties with emotional processing and empathy. The emotional circuits in their brains leave them with a reduced capacity to experience emotions on any deep level. This blunted emotional experience may also contribute to their constant search for stimulation and excitement in order to garner an emotional response. But it's not just the diminished ability to experience positive emotions that lead to these risk-seeking behaviors. Psychopaths often exhibit reduced fear and anxiety responses compared to the general population. Research suggests that this could be due to differences in the amygdala, a brain region involved in processing emotions and detecting threats. This diminished fear response may contribute to their willingness to engage in high-risk activities that would normally elicit anxiety in others.
There's really anything depressing about it. It just is what it is. And so I wrote the note.
The note that Kevin is referring to here was one of the most disturbing to be found at the crime scene. This note, titled a Life Resignation Notice, soon after finishing the note, Kevin flipped the page over and wrote out the murder plan referenced earlier.
Oh my God. It's so scary
the
how
life
he has it
resignation
like all
notice is
planned
dated
out.
March 26, 2014 at 6:51 p.m. and reads as follows. I had a change of heart. I said I was going to do it, and so now I need to stick to my word. I am a man after all, albeit a hilarious one. Too much damn work, so many obligations. Seriously, people. But most of all, me. By the way, I've always fantasized about murdering and you too. It's kind of funny how you never really know someone, not even your own son or brother. Sorry for the bathroom mess,
This is
Mother.
so sad.
Good luck recovering from the shock, you two. Sincerely, or not, Kevin Jazriel Davis. P.S. I killed that stupid gray cat because I was bored one day.
No.
Sorry.
I did.
Oh my God, he's freaking awful.
Around 6-ish, 7-ish.
There yesterday.
Like, why go
Yeah.
after the pets?
On Sunday afternoon or morning?
Afternoon.
Okay.
And then what happened?
And then,
She did upset with you?
well, no, actually, I mulled it over. And then on a whim, actually, I turned it over, wrote a plan to kill both my mother and my sister, quite frankly. That's always been a thing of mine.
Is it like a fantasy thing? And
It is, actually. So, that didn't happen. The best laid plans never work out, apparently, or at least the one scribbled on a piece of paper. Because she had decided she was sick of this stuff. She was going to go send me to live with my sister again. And so I kind of leapt off in a fury and just did it right then and there.
Okay. You did what?
Well, I tried to strangle her with a cord, a ripped cord from a video game console controller. That didn't work, huh?
What was inside of your father's finger?
She was sitting on the couch watching TV.
Okay.
That didn't work out too well. She started screaming, and so I went to her room, opened a drawer at the very bottom to the right. I pulled out a hammer. I went back and
Oh my goodness.
And, well, you kind of get the gist from there. And she was out pretty quickly. Kind of tried to play dead at first, but then I finished it.
So you hit her with a hammer when she was saying
Like,
that?
he's talking about his mom right now.
No, first, I tried to strangle her, and that didn't work. I grabbed the cord, so I raced back into her room, grabbed the hammer, came back out, and then did it.
How many times did you hit with that in the living room?
At least 20.
Kevin reported that his mother was out pretty quickly after he hit her with the hammer, yet he also admitted that he hit her at least 20 times. This is what is referred to as overkill. This may be indicative of pent-up rage. Although cases of a child killing a parent are rare, the use of overkill in those cases is common.
When she was still alive, I dragged her into the room, as you probably clearly saw.
Did you use a knife on her?
Actually, I was going to, but no, I didn't get to do that.
Did you, I guess you never got to stab her with a knife?
No,
It was all with a hammer?
it was all with the hammer in my hand.
Where did you hit her with the hammer?
The head.
All in the head area?
All in the head, I believe. I may have gotten her hand because she was covering herself.
Okay.
Is this in the front or the back of the head?
Top, back, mainly. No, actually, the entrance wound is around yonder somewhere here.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I lost you to a corpse.
Okay. Did you change in the bathroom? Did you?
I did. I took a bath before then. Well, that's a little personal, but yeah, I needed to clean it off, and so, and then I changed. Yeah.
Okay. How about your sister? What's your sister's name?
Desiree Hill.
Is she okay?
She is okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Where does she live?
at an apartment actually very near here. That big kind of Hispanic thing, like Spanish-looking building. It's an old apartment complex with a code.
Was it a fantasy of yours to kill her as well?
It
and
was.
Did you write down that on your note?
Oh, I did actually, but I decided against it because, well, I had my fill of killing. I didn't. Seemed a little much.
Mm-hmm.
A little too excessive, yeah.
Kevin stating that he had his fill of killing indicates that the murder and assault of his mother may have actually had some sort of emotional effect on him. However, it's possible that his lack of empathy and emotional detachment makes it challenging for him to describe the nature of the effect. Some studies of psychopathy suggest that rather significant events, such as death, allow psychopaths to feel an emotional high. For now, his need to experience an emotional high seems to have been met, but something he says later indicates that he's insightful enough to realize that high will soon fade.
So after you went in and you killed her, then you took her clothes off, or was she already?
I actually had to drag her by her clothes to get her in there. It was very laborious, actually.
She's a pretty big woman, considering.
Yeah.
Hey, is she your natural mother? Biological mother?
Yeah, actually, she is my natural mother.
Okay.
Hey, what's gonna thrill the
How is he not like having any sort of emotional reaction is what I don't understand. Even if she was like cruel to him or mean to him like he says, it's like, I don't know. Something's not adding up. Oh yeah. Sorry guys. What just happened here? That's where we were.
Experience an emotional high seems to have been met, but something he says later indicates that he's insightful enough to realize that high will soon fade.
So after you went in and you killed her, then you took her clothes off, or was she already?
I actually had to drag her by her clothes to get her in there. It was very laborious, actually.
She's a pretty big woman, considering.
Yeah.
Hey, is she your natural mother? Biological mother?
Yeah, actually, she is my natural mother.
Okay.
Hey, what's gonna thrill the kid?
I'd always loved my mother, I guess in the wrong sort of way, but a kind of love, I guess. Maybe some rage. Maybe just a little.
Kevin referring to his rage and
just
then
a little.
diminishing it by saying maybe just a little in such a calm way is indicative of the inner turmoil he was experiencing and his struggle to express his emotions clearly.
Yeah,
All right. Have you killed anybody else before?
I have not.
You just fantasized about it?
I just fancy, yeah.
How long have you had this thought you went?
It's around my preteens, actually. Yeah.
You ever seek any kind of medical attention, psychological? You feel like you can cope with that?
Nope, I never really seeked help, actually. I just accepted it as a part of me. I wasn't really ashamed of it. It just was what it was.
What kind of, well, let's talk about the notes that you wrote. How many notes did you write?
And the gray cat. He killed the gray
there was
cat.
one in the
There's
living room.
no reason for that.
That one was addressed to who?
Absolutely none.
Desiree, my sister, because I knew she's a good girl, but rather sensitive. I knew she would lose her head if she kind of saw that.
Do you remember what the note said?
Keep your head. Hurry. She might still be alive, although I highly doubt it, in parentheses. Something along those lines.
I wonder if his
But
sister
when
like
you wrote the note,
ever
you knew your mom was already
went
dead.
and watched this
Yeah, I
footage.
knew it.
Watched
You know,
it back,
kind of
everything he was
Messing
saying in the
with Desiree by
interrogation
writing
room.
That she might still be alive.
And my sick.
I'm just, I can't believe it.
I was pretty well off my rocker by then.
Alright. And then there's a second note in your mom's bedroom. What did that one say? Do you remember?
Chase me.
Was that addressed to the police or to who?
I was in a very playful mood at the time.
Okay.
I just wanted to run. Just wanted to see how far I could get. But
Yeah. So what? Your plan was to leave town, or what? According to one of the notes that you wrote.
oh yeah,
But a bus,
yeah,
maybe
the Greyhound bus. I was gonna try to get out of the state or anything really.
Okay. But I guess something else happened. You ended up at somebody's house.
No,
What
actually.
happened?
I told you my plan was foiled because she talked to me. She said my sister's going to come pick me up now, like in a few minutes. Go over with her, and that's when I said it's time to act, now or never.
I see.
I just went over there to their house to use their phone, and then I was using their phone, so I thought I might as well tell them when they asked me questions. I mean, they had questions on using their phone.
Are we still watching the neighbor stuff? No, this is, sister realizes her brother's darkest secret. But it's almost over, and then I think after, maybe we'll do the neighbor stuff. What do you guys think?
What did you end up at?
Ultimately, I ended up in the backwoods of a ditch.
Here in town or out of town?
Robstown.
In Robstown. How did you get over there?
In Corpus Christi, I biked halfway, and then I got to the train tracks, and then I ditched the bike in the thick woods, and then from the train tracks, I just walked.
To Robstown?
Yeah.
Okay, and then you came up to was it like the first house that you saw, or how did you go to this house to ask to use the phone?
Initially, my plan was just to run as far as I can, but then I ended up crying my eyes out in like the thick woods, like, what did I do? And I realized, you don't know what you lost till you've already lost it.
Kevin's decision to run away was likely an impulsive act. After the adrenaline wore off from the murder and the physical exhaustion set in from biking into the woods, it's possible he realized that he didn't actually have a real plan in place to sustain himself for a life on the run. His comment about not knowing what you have until you've lost it is a common phrase used in grief, though here his lack of emotion indicates that he may not be grieving his mother, but grieving what she's provided for him. He was presumably dependent on his mother financially, so with her gone, he may have realized that jail didn't look too bad compared to living on the streets or hiding in the woods. He'd already expressed interest in ending his life, so the death penalty may not have been a deterrent for him turning himself in.
What brings you here other than your life? You just give up on life now and you need to tell somebody what happened, basically, right?
I guess, yeah.
Your inside is you want to do one thing, but your inside tells you more, like your heart, right? It's talking out of your heart. You feel sorry you did this to your mom?
In a way, yes, but I wouldn't take back what I did. It's strange, really. I did love her. In a way.
Has she been mean to me?
Oh, no.
Let me see what it's looking like. Oh my god, wow, it's almost unanimous.
Oh, absolutely nothing, no.
If I was to ask you, what did she do to deserve this, what would you answer?
Absolutely nothing. I'm a terrible, cruel, disgusting person. Yeah, basically.
How'd you come up with the idea to kill her?
How did I come up with it?
Yeah, with it.
It's been a developing idea, my brain.
After this, the detective asks if books, movies, or video games sparked the idea. Kevin says that the media he consumed didn't plant the seed, but it did egg him on.
Strange.
I'm just interested because it's something like
why, is he a huge gamer or something?
You appear to be a nice guy. You appear to be a good guy. You're not yelling and screaming at
You
me.
seem very rational.
You're very rational. You appear to be a good guy. Just what I'm trying to figure out. That's all.
Well, despite how I ended her life, I'm kind of more fascinated by the more artistic ways of murder, the meticulous manner. I mean, such care, such love. And
Where did the hammer come
this
from?
is awful.
from her drawer.
Wow.
Okay.
Oh my god, Neighbor
And then
Drama
after you killed her, you
1,
just left it
45
there?
to 5 for Explorer
I
Does.
did.
Yes, that's the one you used.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And there was some blood on the knife, but you said you never used it. I guess just blood just from where you grabbed it around the...
Yeah, actually, I used the knife in the living room, and then didn't I take it with me?
Explain to how you grabbed her so that you wouldn't leave such a mess in the carpet.
That
Did you carry her from underneath the arms and just dragged her, or how did you drag her?
it was very sloppy. Actually, I kind of just winged it. I dragged her from her shirt. I dragged her by
Oh my
her
god,
legs.
this is
I
all.
dragged
He's
her
talking
by
about his
any way I kind
mom.
of fell her.
Okay.
I don't really exert physical labor too, so I'm not a very strong person.
Should be very hard.
Yeah,
You have your own bedroom there?
I do.
Okay. All right. So the note
That's it.
where you wrote the plan that you were going to leave
I'm
town
sick of
until
him. I can't believe how cool and calm and collected he is. Like, he's talking about the most horrific thing. That last road rage ep was kind of disappointing. Because, yeah, it wasn't as crazy. It's like the first two episodes, all of the stories were like chaotic and crazy. This one, it just seemed like a compilation of like quick road rage stories, but nothing like the first two episodes. It looks like they just got their best clips together and threw them into the first two episodes. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see, season 5. Season 4. Okay. Let's go. I'm trying to see which one we should watch for the next one. Okay, I guess let's try this. Neighbors on a Dead End. Nicole, hi! Thank you for the subby and welcome. Just watching some true crime over here. A typical Thursday. This one is Dead End Neighbor and a self-proclaimed... Oh, I wish we could all just pick one together based on the title or the description. It just seems like there's so many good ones and I hate picking. Or Bengals in neighborhood city slickers find themselves in a conflict with neighboring gun shop owners. Let's try. Oh, this one's called Monkey in the Middle. Man isn't at odds with this. Oh no. Okay. I'm just gonna. Oh my god, the boiling point one was insane. Helping me get through my PR unboxings. Yay! We'll keep you company. Wait, Nicole, you should be recording those. That would make like such a good vlog. Guys, if you haven't seen Nicole's channel on YouTube, it's just Nicole Concilio. She's doing Vlogmas. And I've been watching your vlogs and they're so good. And I'm so excited that you're uploading regularly like that. But yeah, that, if you're not already recording that, that's like such a, I love watching like unboxings. And yeah, and I know that they're just like popular videos in general. And you get like so much PR, so... Alana said, okay, chat, monkeys or guns? Let's do the monkey in the middle one. But no, that one says his neighbor is a former Marine with severe PTSD, so we already know where that's gonna go, I feel like. Jack, thank you for the gifted. Let's just start from this. Neighbors on a Dead End. We know it's gonna be crazy. And huge shout out to Cam. Thank you so much for the raid. So yes, welcome everybody. We are just watching some Fear Thy Neighbor. It's about neighbor drama that escalates to... I was gonna say murder. It's not always murder. It's not always that serious. But it escalates and it gets crazy and most of the time people get hurt. But sometimes the drama starts out just so petty, so stupid, and it escalates and it's kind of funny. But yes, okay. I think this episode is not what we were expecting. We need to see the good stuff again. And Cock-a-Doodle dead. Aren't very well behaved. Oh my goodness. What is this? Mistress of between two women after an ex-husband shows up. Oh my god. We haven't seen a lot of like female feuds. Yeah, I'm glad you agreed, Lex. That's not that's not how we want to introduce the Raiders into the show, you know. I wonder why he agreed to do this interview. Maybe Mission would have been better overall. Yeah, that is so sad. Oh my god. Moving from Michigan to Florida, like that's just so beautiful, and then not long after that, just such a horrible tragedy. You think he looks like Mike Hermantraut from Breaking Bad? Why? Because they're both old? I don't know. I don't really see it. Well, sort of, actually, sort of. See it. But yeah, that one was so sad. That was the first one where I'm like, oh my god. Usually, like, both are kind of at fault. And of course, he still is at fault. But, like, yeah, they pushed him to it. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for hanging out. We've been going for 3 hours. It's been fun. Let's raid Frogan, who I guess moved to LA now. So let's all go say hello. Make sure you follow her there. And good night, everybody. See you there. Okay, good night.